Last time on Hero the Vampire Slayer. Only kidding, it's just Pokemon Crystal.
No, seriously. I want to know what happened to Hero the Vampire Slayer. Did Giles tell them how to beat the monster?
Yes, he did.
Oh, thank goodness, Joss Whedon. No, seriously, I want to see, like, Hero the Vampire Slayer. Just for the heck of it.
Okay.
My Pikachu's a vampire! Pika-pee! Oh, I'm sorry.
Are you sure?
Pika-bleh! Pika-bleh!
Are you sure it's not Hero the Pokemon Slayer?
Well, no, because Alex keeps on correcting me that Pokemon can't die!
Well, they can die, but they don't die in battle, usually. This is a family-friendly game.
So Zelda. People die in Zelda.
Yeah, well, but there was that very much intent to not have Pokemon die. This is by the game creator. He didn't want Pokemon to die. Why are you paused?
And yet, there was a gun reference in an episode.
Well, again, the TV
And yet, there was a horrible fever-inducing problem with Porygon. I think his motives were a little off.
Well, we're talking about the showrunners versus the game's creator.
This is true.
And the seizure-inducing episode, well, that was just... Ironically enough, that was caused by Pikachu, not Porygon. Yet Porygon gets all the blame for it.
Yes, he does. Yes, he does. Porygon gets all the flack. And now, you've noticed, like, Porygon got one evolution in Gen 2. They haven't gone back to him since.
Porygon has, like, I think he has a third evolution now, doesn't he?
I think he does have another evolution.
What, Porygon 3?
Yeah. The only time he doesn't appear anymore is in the TV show. But again,
Poor Porygon.
It was all Pikachu's fault.
And yet Pikachu's the mascot. Try and explain that. No, seriously, try and explain it.
Actually,
I'm daring you to try. I'm daring. Try and explain. Try and explain it.
All right. Actually, that is why Pikachu's Goodbye came about, because of that. Because they had to delay the show for a while and retool it.
Yeah. Because they weren't sure if Pikachu was coming back.
See, this wouldn't have happened if you just stuck with Clefairy.
No. They could have done a lot of things. I'm kind of glad they didn't do a lot of those things. Because I think there was actually an idea of instead of having Misty in the game, they were actually going to follow the manga and put in the... I don't know her name. I think it's Green, the Pokemon thief. You know who I mean?
No, I don't. I've never read any of the Pokemon.
She's kind of one. It's one of the things that I'm kind of surprised because you get so mad at me because I don't watch Tamashi Hiroka as much as you do, but I found about her through Tamashi Hiroka. Apparently, she's one of the reasons that a lot of manga have been banned.
Uh-huh.
Especially in a particular moment with Sabrina. So.
I don't. Yeah, surprisingly, there are a lot of the Pokemon people on YouTube. They don't really talk much about the manga, and I don't read manga, so I don't make an effort to go seek out Pokemon manga. Even though I know a few things, and I know some of the ideas in the manga are pretty interesting. Like the idea of Lieutenant Surge and Sabrina being secret rockets.
See, that still would be a good idea.
Well, I thought you said I thought you did read a lot of manga.
I used to read manga, but not anymore.
And probably not Pokemon manga.
Yeah, I never read Pokemon manga. I recall, though, like, I found, like, a really beat up, not even, like, a copy, but, like, probably just a small cutout from a magazine, and it was so beat up, and it was a little, like, a few pages of the Pokemon manga. That's about as much of the manga I read, and that was, like, I found that on the sidewalk one day.
Oh, dude, so you haven't seen, like, the banned moment that basically killed this character from ever going into the series?
Nope.
There's actually a moment in the manga where she's facing off against Sabrina, and one of the ways that she decides to do it is that from panel to panel, let's just say she gets a lot bigger. Let's leave it at that.
Her breasts expand, basically.
Yes, and then the way that they try to explain it is like Sabrina actually, I think it's Sabrina, launches a direct attack at her, which basically kind of rips her shirt off, and you notice that it's not that they grew, it's that she put Pokeballs there.
Well,
so it's like, wow.
Well, was it that she put Pokeballs there, or was that just a clever censor?
No, it's in the comic. They put Pokeballs there.
Yeah, but I'm wondering, did she
Yes,
stuff her bra with Pokeballs, or was
Yes.
it just a clever censor?
Yeah, they're in there.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
So, and Andrew's like, why the crap are we talking about this?
This was once a ninja hideout. The traps confound intruders like you.
Hey, I could bring up a whole lot worse, hon. I really could.
Scientist
I didn't even realize
Jed.
some of the trading cards were banned.
Yeah, there's been a few cards that have been edited or banned outright. There's actually a few countries where Pokemon's banned altogether.
Germany?
Not Germany, surprisingly.
That is surprising.
They
Because Germany banned Drak and Shadow!
didn't ban us outright, they banned a few of our videos.
Yes.
And that's because Germany's a lot more anal about copyright. I'm trying to... I
The
can't
music
remember.
is like public domain now. Well, not really, but...
Not really, but...
Like, Capcom does not give a crap if you take Mega Man music and remix it.
But, like, Saudi Arabia, Pokemon's outright banned as Zionist propaganda.
How do they justify that?
I have
Are
no
they saying,
idea.
Are they saying Ash Ketchum is Jewish?
I think so, or something. I don't know.
How is it Zionist? This is gonna perplex me now. How is it Zionist propaganda?
Better not think too hard. It's gonna make your head hurt.
My head's already hurting. So maybe you're right.
Alright, I'll divulge a secret about our hideout. The thing on the floor ahead is a warp panel. If you step on it, you'll be warped back to the entrance. A secret switch. Better press it. That's how you can keep the rockets from finding you. But I can't carry any more items.
It's okay, Alex. Let it out. Let it out.
Let 'em keep rage.
There you go. It's just better if we let Alex let it out, because if he keeps it in, then eventually it's gonna build up inside, and then he'll explode. And we don't want that. We actually care about the well-being of the Shadow Blazer here.
Haha, feeling lucky, punk. Go ahead, take another step. We've got traps set in the floor. That's me trying to do Clint Eastwood. I'll get you, you crazy kid.
And your little dog, too!
Or his little Typhlosion, too.
Close enough. I mean, it's like a fiery ferret, so... I didn't even realize you could have a pet ferret until Peanut Butter Gamer showed me.
Yeah, you could have a pet ferret. Didn't you ever see Kindergarten Cop?
Yeah, but they kind of justified not having one, because, like, it could give you rabies.
Well, all you gotta do is get vaccinated.
Besides, the main moment that I remember, and I really wish I could get out of my head, is the whole Shadow!
Yeah, but don't ferrets have like a scent to them that, you know, they're kind of like skunks in a way, only it's a different kind
So
of
you
scent.
probably have to get the scent gland removed.
Yeah. Because that's how I remember, because when I took a vet class in high school, we used to have ferrets.
How on earth did you get married to me? I mean, seriously, you were the good freaking student, and I was the bad one.
Opposites do attract.
They tend to, I guess. Yeah, so I didn't even realize you could have them as pets until I saw Peanut Butter Gamer's pet ferret on screen. And I don't ever want to remember that scene in Kindergarten Cop again. And the main reason is, like, I'm one of those guys that goes into a Target and I can't deal with the kid having a temper tantrum. Like, I have to walk away, because it either pisses me off or, you know, the sound of crying actually almost kind of gives that instinctual reaction.
Yeah.
And that's why. It's because the entire class starts crying, and I'm like, he's kind of a jerk.
Oh, you're such a wimp.
The correct term is wuss.
Okay.
I thought we covered this already.
And yeah, there's wild Pokemon in here. mostly Geodudes and Voltorbs.
So, in line with rockets.
Yeah. Hero found a nugget, but I can't cure anymore, and it's gonna out of curve range!
Oh, and just in case if you guys didn't realize that Drak is kind of a wuss on certain matters, welcome! You must be new here.
It is a Voltorb. It's a Pokeball. It's an Electrode.
The answer is a Poliwhirl seen from above.
I thought it was a Jigglypuff seen from above.
You're right, Jigglypuff seen from above. I got that mixed up.
I'm just gonna solve this right now. It's not an Electrode, it's not a Voltorb, it's a bomb!
That was an episode, yeah. That was a bullshit quiz. How are you supposed to tell that little circle is a Jigglypuff seen from above? Come on. Are you alright? Your Pokemon are hurt and tired. Here, give me some of my medicine. Hero, let's give it our best for Pokemon.
I'm sorry, I have to do this. Dun 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 dun! This is epic Pokemon!
You rotten little pest! Are you trying to say Lance is...
No, I'm saying like it was inspiring enough. Like you could see them charging into the radio station.
Right. For Frodo. Ah!
Exactly. So I'm giving them the music. And by the way, the correct pronunciation is for Frodo. Because you have to say it under the mic, like he did, where it's barely audible, but you can tell what he's saying.
Yes.
Makes it much more epic.
He's got another. I'm so close. Otherwise, I would have switched out to Mr. Owl.
And I would just like to point out that Andrea has been quiet ever since Adam acknowledged that he was a wuss. It's almost like she's reconsidering things in her head. Does she have a comment on that? I don't think she does. No, she's just being quiet.
Yeah, I am being quiet.
I think I'm done. I think I'm done.
You're done.
Well, I guess Shadow's gonna have to find another person to replace Drak, because I think I got the death sentence right now. Are you skipping this guy? No.
The door won't open. Well, duh. It has to have a password that only Team Rocket knows.
Well, technically, no. The security guy that installed it could also know the password.
Oh, I'm sure the security guard is a part of Team Rocket.
Come on. Let's just be honest here. Team Rocket, they're totally the people that would set the passwords like 1234 or 0000.
Yes.
Because they have such dolts for followers. I mean, can they really remember anything else?
I don't think so.
Card keys are like the greatest thing for Team Rocket. Because it's like, okay, take this card and just swipe it. That's all you need to do. You don't have a password to remember or anything like that.
Unless he drops the card key.
That's true.
What type of evolutions do you guys like the best?
Levels.
Like,
Yeah,
yeah,
levels.
levels.
What do you mean? Levels?
Like when you hit a certain level, you evolve.
Oh. Well, I guess then in that case I like early evolvers, I suppose.
If there's one type of evolution that I do not usually like, is probably the stones, because once you evolve with the stones, you don't learn any more levels after that.
Yeah, because they're pretty much that. Because you basically have to get your right combinations.
It takes 2 passwords to get into the boss's quarters. The password's only known to a few rockets. The rocket very graciously told me so. Hero, let's get the passwords.
Da 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 da. For great justice of Pokemon. What?
I mean, you would still learn some, you'll still learn a few moves, but like later, attacks, really good moves, you would have to learn through TM to make up for that.
Let me explain mine a little bit to you, Alex. So basically, as far as I'm concerned, evolving a Pokemon because it's happy, that's fine. I've always liked it because I've been playing RPGs for forever. And getting a level up is a sense of satisfaction to me. And just getting that as a bonus, where they look cooler or more bad, it increases that satisfaction. If you do a stone evolution, it's not... You don't have that same excitement.
Right.
Because you've accomplished something. It's just you applied an item. The same thing with the trade evolutions. The trade evolutions, as far as I'm concerned, even though they give some of my favorite Pokemon, are pointless. Because it's tedium to get them to go.
Oh, plus, with trade evolutions, you would have to find someone to trade with.
I'll admit, like, this is actually an interesting point. Like, one type of evolution you'd like to see go away. I'd like to see trade evolutions go away, because I haven't ever seen them be used on newer stuff, on newer Pokemon, since Gen 2. And it's tedious. Because basically what that's kind of guaranteeing, at least in your case, hon, is if you want to be the master of it, you have to buy 2 consoles and then buy 2 different versions of the game.
Or you find a friend who's got other Pokemon.
And that's not usually the problem. Having a friend that has a link cable...
Well, you don't need
back when you're kids is.
Back when you're kids. And we talked about this back in Pokemon, I don't know, one of our Gen 1 LPs. I talked about this, that, you know, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense to say us here in America, but, you know, for a game made in Japan, where Japan has a much greater population density, so it's a lot easier for kids to gather and trade and interact and battle. So,
yes.
Yeah. But thankfully, it's a lot easier now because of Wi-Fi, because of global trade network.
And that's fine. It's just... It's one of those things that actually irritated me about the first 2 gens, is because there are actually points, I believe, where you can trade a Pokemon that is trade evolution capable with just an NPC, and then you get the evolved version. It's like, if it's that easy, just let me do it that way. And with Gen 2, it gets even more complicated because you have to have the item, which those items were rare. So... Andrea's got that look in her eye of, like, this is unjustified Pokemon rage.
Well, another thing about all these Pokemon games is you want to catch all the Pokemon, but then you got those legendaries that have to go through, like, special events, and it's always hard to keep track of when those events occur.
See, I hate the special event Pokemon because, you know, unless you really live where there's going to be special events, which isn't many places.
Actually, the special event thing, I wished would have been fixed if, like, you were a member of Club Nintendo, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But they've never employed a fix like that. So I'm kind of where you're at. I want special event Pokemon removed too.
I know, because I would love to have some of the rare Pokemon that you can, you know, but you can't have it unless you either do some kind of a cheat code or you're just out of luck that you don't get them. Pretty
much, you have to cheat the system, even though Nintendo doesn't want you to cheat the system.
Yeah, in fact, later gens, later games now have a guard against that. If you cheat and obtain a Pokemon, well, that Pokemon will always disobey you.
Yes.
I don't care if Pokemon are hurt by our experiment. This is for science.
This is one of those times where I really wish I could do a Dr. Insano voice. So, this is one of those times where I'm gonna try. The science!
But it's a Ditto! Dittos make great breeding stock.
Yeah, that's not one word I've heard for them. Let me put it this way, I've heard of, Ditto. The streetwalkers of Pokemon.
It's purple!
It's purple?
It's purple.
It's purple.
It's purple.
Purple. That's what I'm saying, purple.
Thinking is my strong suit, not battling.
Then why don't you rethink your priorities here?
You're challenging me to a battle? Huh, you're nuts! But if you have the guts, I like that! If you can beat me, I'll tell you a password to the boss's room!
You'll notice, Andrea, that Alex has just kind of given up on giving us the mic for characters because we're off talking about other stuff. Alex is just voicing them all.
Gotta voice them all.
Pokemon, gotta voice them all.
Die, you rat bastard.
And only a few hit points left.
I'm gonna say it, Alex. I'm gonna say it. You can't stop me. 1%
Absolutely. 1%
We're gonna make that a meme now.
Let's title this episode Return of the 1%.
Yeah, there you go. That's the title. I think that's... Somebody actually did bring up the idea. We need to have that more of a meme.
Uh-huh.
Don't worry, guys, because Star Wars might be coming back soon. Which means plenty more 1%. But we're gonna bring it into other stuff, too! Because it's fun to say.
Hero found a protein after dumping some more stuff out of my item box because item cap rage. Oh, I gotta talk. The password to the boss's room is, I think Raticate Tail.
Of course it is. I was actually just gonna say, Alex, you now need to read everybody like that the robotic way. So even Lance must come off as robotic.
It wasn't robotic, that was Goofy.
Yes.
Not Goofy the dog, just Goofy in general. Oh, a kid. I don't really like this, but eliminate you, I must.
Was that a Yoda thing?
Maybe, I don't know.
Eliminate you, I must. Yes.
I have absolute power.
Speak with grammatical errors. You are not. Feel like Yoda. You are doing. Yes. When 900 years old you reach, look as good as you will not.
What can I say? You do a good Yoda.
I do a good new trilogy Yoda. I used to be able to do Muppet Yoda, but now my brother actually does it better than me.
Well, it's all Frank Oz at the end of the day.
There's a difference between them. Believe it or not, there's a difference.
That makes sense that they're...
Muppet Yoda had more of a comical tone to him, and with the new trilogy, they had more of a serious tone.
Mm-hmm.
So it's almost put on the Christian Bale Batman voice, Yoda did. Yes. Where is she? Her location I must find. Defeat the Joker? I must. Yes. I don't think that's gonna be the return of one. I think it's gonna be the return of Team Rocket Yoda.
Imagine if there was a Rocket Yoda.
No. I refuse to imagine that.
I knew I'd lose.
Speaking in grammatical errors, this man is not. Team Rocket Yoda, he must not be. Oh, and just because he has to show up.
Didn't I tell you I was going to destroy Team Rocket? Tell me, who was the guy in the cape who used dragon Pokemon? My Pokemon were no match at all. I don't care that I lost. I can beat him by getting stronger Pokemon. It's what he said that bothers me. He told me that I don't love and trust my Pokemon enough. I'm furious that I lost to a bleeding heart like him.
Wow, nice William Shatner there, dude.
I don't have time for the likes of you. It's rude. Hero found an Ultra Ball.
I know there's a Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged joke in there somewhere. I'm trying to remember. Does Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged does make fun of the Heart of the Cards thing, right?
Yeah, of course, all the time.
I'm trying to think of a line where that happened, and I can't think of one.
What? Who are you? This is the office of our leader, Giovanni. Since disbanding Team Rocket 3 years ago, he's been in training. But we're certain that he will be back someday as to command again. That's why we're standing guard. I won't let anyone disturb this place.
I won't let you take this ship, whom I love like a woman.
There's something on the wing of the plane. Something.
What? I'm sorry, I have to throw that in every now and then, because it's just like, somehow William Shatner actually started Shatnering himself, and the what is just an example of that.
Captain's log, Stargate XT72 rounded to the nearest decimal point. We've traveled back in time to save an endangered species from total annihilation. So far, and I can't remember the rest of up until we got to Mr.
One of these times, I'm actually going to need to show you the Mad TV sketch where they did like Spanish Star Trek.
Uh-huh.
Oh, that's so awesome.
Okay.
Just because if you think your Shatner will be so much better after watching that.
Scary face.
And my apologies, Andrea's just looking at us like, kids.
Kids.
It's something like, she's like,
Awkward silence.
Are you trying to make him a drowned rat?
yes. Because animal cruelty is what we do. See, he's beating him senselessly with a double slap. And one more to go. Rocket Executive is about to use, of course, coughing. I should be more surprised if he used something else, but...
You know, if my Poliwhirl was a male, I could have named it Rocky. Adrian.
Oh. Well, that wouldn't have made much sense to me because, as Aldo has been pissed off about, I've never seen Rocky, so...
But yet I have a good Sylvester Stallone. This ain't right. I was supposed to see the movie.
Maybe it's time you do see the movies. Rocky 1 and Rocky 2 and Rocky 3 and Rocky 4.
I'm not going that far. Not unless Rocky is just, like, impresses me. And to the people who are going to scream at me like, you've never seen Rocky... Look, when I was a kid, when Rocky was popular, there's no way it would have walked into my house. There's just no way. My mom would not have allowed that thing in the door. She would have burned the tape.
The password is Hail Giovanni. Can
Heil Giovanni!
Hero take down Team Rocket and save the Magikarps? Find out next time on Pokemon Crystal.